So today I'm going to show you what changing your percentages on your M1 Finance portfolio actually does to you. Does it sell it? Does it do nothing? Or does it actually have an effect on everything that's going on? So today's episode is brought to you by Earnest, the student loan refinance company. So if you are needing to refinance your student loans and save some money on your interest, check out my link down below to learn how you can refinance entirely for free and save some money on your student loans. Now, what we're going to do is hop over here onto the computer so you can see in real time what changing percentages actually does to your M1 Finance portfolio, because it might seem daunting to change any percentages because you don't want to mess anything up, and that's okay. We want to always make sure we're taking precautions. So let's go ahead and jump on here and we can take a look. This is my actual M1 Finance portfolio. So this is what I personally use on a regular basis. So if we scroll down here, we can see I have a bunch of different slices for different sectors that I have here on the portfolio. So I have one overall account and then all these sectors, which if you are curious on how to set this all up, I'll have a link down below to learn how to do this if you have everything all in one but prefer all these different slices. But nonetheless, what we're going to do is click on this growth portfolio sector here, and we're going to take a look. And so what you're going to see here in this slice is 4 different stocks. We got Tesla, Google, Amazon, and Facebook as well. Now, when we take a look at these companies, you can see that the actual percentage over here, let me actually get my little marker here. So the actual is at 40% and the target is at 25%. So what happens is, of course, we want to potentially change this up based off of our needs for this portfolio. But then when we take a look at these other stocks here, we can see Google's at 21% actual and our target goal is 25%. So if we go ahead and clear this out, we're going to click on this edit button right over here. Now, if we go ahead and click on here, it is going to bring up our options to change the percentages. Now, we can do a couple things. For example, let's say we do want to bring this up to 40% to match up where we currently are, because maybe we want to keep on investing with Tesla. And let's go ahead and say that, 15%, we're going to go ahead and lower it onto Google, and we're going to click on Save. Now, sometimes people might fear that because they move the Google stock down to 10%, that it is going to force a sale on where they're currently at. And that's actually not going to be the case. Google is not going to be sold right over here just because the target is 10% and its actual is at 21%. What's going to actually happen is every time money gets deposited and money gets into our growth slice, then when that money gets trickled down in here, it's going to go into the different stocks that are technically under on their targets, and Tesla is going to be one of them, and it's not going to go into our Google account here, or Google stock, I should say, until this percentage is closer matched. So as an example, right now, of course, because there's about $1,800 in this account, if we put in $1,000 into this account, there's a good chance that the Amazon stock, the Facebook stock, and the Tesla stock are going to get 99% of that, if not all of it. And what's going to happen is that this percentage for that 20 is going to drop very close down to that 10% because Google's not getting almost any of that money that's getting deposited. Now, if that sounds a little confusing, another thing to keep in mind is you can actually change all your percentages and then have the option to rebalance right over here. Now, rebalancing does possibly cause a taxable event if you are in a taxable account. If you're in a retirement account, that's a little different, but in a taxable account, rebalancing, what that means is it's going to sell off 11% of the Google stock and utilize that money mostly towards the Amazon and the Facebook account. So those are only going to happen if you actually click on the rebalance button itself. But if you don't do anything else, it's practically going to just stay where it's at until money flows into this account and fills up the Amazon and fills up the Facebook to their target percentages. So if you do that, it's not going to hurt you whatsoever. You're going to get this funky looking graph for just a little while over here. You see this right over here. This is Google, and then the rest of these are Facebook and Amazon, and then this is the Tesla stock. So you can actually hover over them and it'll say Google, well, it says Alphabet, but Tesla, Facebook, and Amazon. So you'll get this funky looking graph for a little while until money pours into this account and funnels into these other stocks. The nice thing is, if you really wanted to, let's go ahead and revert this back to where we were originally, just to kind of give you one other example. So we're going to go ahead and save here. So if we go back to our original example here, what's going to happen is Tesla is going to go back to looking well overstocked here because they are way over the percentage. And then these are going to go back to their regular percentages for their target. So what that means is when we deposit money into this account, then these are going to be the three that actually get the money put in there. And Tesla is going to be the one that receives nothing because they are well over their target. Now, another thing you can also do too is if you are still wanting to buy into Tesla, you can actually do manual purchases. So that way you can still be buying into them even if they are well over your target percentage. So you can see this little dot right over here, and that means I'm actually doing a manual purchase onto Tesla. And if you want to learn how to actually do a manual purchase into an individual stock or even a sector, I want you to check out my video right over here to learn exactly how to do that. My name is Dennis, and I will see you in that next video.